Good morning, ma'am. This is my reflection that I have learned in the video lecture. So the first one is the two basic approaches to teaching. So the first one is the teacher-centered approach. Here is the teacher is the center of attraction. So when the teacher are already in the class and he or she already discussed the lesson, um, um, the students or the learners must listen. They should be listen to their instructor or to their teachers. So here is the teacher directly discussing the lecture. So the next one is the learner-centered approaches. So here is the learner is the center of attraction. So when the teacher or the instructor already done in discussing the lesson, um, the next the next one is the learners or the students. The students or the learners must share ideas to each other and asking a question to each other. So that is the two basic approaches to teaching. So the second one is the teacher-centered philosophies. So I'll just choose the essentialism. So here in the essentialism, the instructor or the teacher let the learners to read and review. Then when the assessment or the exam of the students, the result of the assessment is that how the instructor or the teacher essential. So here in essentialism, for example, me as a instructor or teacher someday, I will teach my students. I will just teach my students. I will teach my students carefully so that when the result of the assessment or the exam of my students are good, my teaching is essential. So that's the teacher-centered philosophy. So the third one, the last one is the learner-centered philosophy. I'll just choose the constructivism. So here in the constructivism, the learners must share their experiences, share their past experiences, and encounter new ideas. So I'll just example. So for example, I'll just example what I experienced in our parish or in our church. So we already do the personal experience, sharing the personal experience. So the activity is all about the gospel sharing. So we do this activity after the mass. So in gospel sharing, we will read the gospel, and then after reading the gospel, we will choose one word or one phrase that is that strike to your heart or your mind. So when after you pick one word or one phrase, that one word or that one phrase, um you you will be sharing that in the group. So in sharing, you need to um, share your past experiences, in relating with the word or the phrase you pick. So just like in our just like in the classroom in school, um, when the teacher or the instructor asks a question that has a deep meaning, or you need to um, share your new ideas and share in relating with your personal experiences. So that's the student centered or the learner centered philosophies. So the last one is my realizations. So for me, I realized that um, as a student or as a learner, I need to work hard. I need to study smart. I need to study hard. Because if me as a learner, as a student, fail to do those things or fail to have those things, I will not be caught up to my studies. I will not be in the mood to study, and I will not be finish my studies. So for me, I need those things to my study, to my life. I need to have those things for me to have a better future someday. And I realized that as a learner, you will just really need to experience things that are good to your future, that are suited to your future, that are good into your life, that are good to your studies. Why? Because that is the best way for you to have a better future. That's all. Thank you and God bless.